Perfect. 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 Perfect.
No, it's both. I got both of y'all. Yes. All right. I know y'all ready to talk some shit and all that good shit. Y'all gotta wait a second. Have some slight technical difficulties, and then we'll be on this thing. Hold up. I guess I've been quiet. I've been on mute. Well, fuck y'all then shit. Y'all should have heard what the fuck I said. Y'all should have read some lips or something. I don't feel like repeating all that dumb shit. Nah, we're gonna get a little Sauce Nation roll call in the mix, man. Shout out to Sour Pride. You know, your hood, avenue, block, cul-de-sac, jurisdiction, whatever, however you get down, however you identify, whatever you represent. You can drop that. But like I said, we got two gentlemen from the round getting down with us today to talk some post-game Texans versus Titans. And there's a lot of stuff to get on. But let's go ahead and get into it. Who we got riding with us this afternoon?
Sports TV, good to be back. Got some new endeavors getting ready to take place. Y'all stay tuned.
Yes, yes.
You got it. Don't matter.
And if y'all don't know, y'all just don't know. We've been telling y'all gotta get on the inside. Y'all gotta get on the inside. If you're not in the Discord, and it's just you're missing like 94% of the sauce if you're not in Discord because it's just so much shenanigans and tomfoolery that goes on in there. Couldn't explain it all if we tried. Two. Let's see. We got in the mix. Fuck you, Professor Trio. I see AJ Rio, Mr. Anderson DeMarkey, Purple Drink. I see Ray, that boy Low, Sway, DeAndre, Zero Tux. Let me see. Look, it's a lot of y'all. Everybody but Broderick get some love. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Let's talk about it. All right. So, you know, I don't know what Mills ultimately ended up with. I don't know what his final stat line was. But I guess after taking a week off, you know, from the Mills is the GOAT conversation, he gave certain folks a reason to come back in droves, talking about Mills is the guy, he's the franchise guy. He's the future and all other stuff. We'll start off with Wink, man. Your thoughts? Did Mills do anything today that made you feel like this is the quarterback of the Texans' future?
Uh, Absolutely not. But I will commend him on an excellent second half. He was 7 to 14 for 61 yards before the half was over with. He came back, damn near tripled that stat line. I want to say he threw for like 303 yards, 3 touchdowns, with like 21 passes for like 30 some attempts. I can't remember the exact stat line, but you know, Nico Collins and Amendola stepped up in in the second half in a major way. He ended up losing Brandon Cooks, for whatever reason, and ultimately, he kept us in the game. At least when it came to the second half. In the first half, I didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He was looking as abysmal as I've always thought he was going to be. Even with this game and even what he was able to do, had he won the game, I'd be saying, okay, well, if you have to start in week 1, then you can. But he put us in a hole early. He did what he had a valiant effort in the second half. So I will commend him for not doing a lot of what his numbers are in the stat sheet. He didn't do it in garbage time. So he actually showed that he can put himself in a situation where he can be in a game, but he still took a L. So I will definitely give him his just due and say in the second half he played an excellent game. We all saw it. Penalties killed us, and David Culley. Like, why in the fuck would you take that? How do you challenge and take a timeout? Like, the challenge is the timeout, you fucking dickhead. Like, you come from a better team with the Ravens, and they don't make these types of mistakes. Why is it that when you get the head coaching job, you immediately start making jobs? He has to be cut today.
Yeah.
Like,
We're
has
gonna,
to
we're
be.
gonna get on Cully though. We're gonna get on Cully. We got a special little bit we're gonna talk about Cully. But I want to get Wise thoughts on Davis Mills. Did he do anything today that changed your perspective of him?
Yeah. If we gotta see what they're gonna do. So if the Texans get rid of David Culley, if they bring in Josh McDaniel, if they move Pep Hamilton to offensive coordinator, if they bring in a solid receiver in here, if they get a couple of tight ends in here, and another good running back with Rex Burkhead, Davis Mims can be the starting quarterback. Davis Mims can be top 15 quarterback in the league.
I told y'all in the pregame stream, man, this team Davis Mills. Y'all thought I was joking. I told y'all boy was gonna go off today. He set it off. Said Mills is the future. What y'all talking about?
He got it in him. I mean, like, I'm laughing at Wink, but no, seriously though, no, for real. He made the throws. He was poised in the pocket. He made.
It's all facts. It's big facts right now.
Oh yeah, he was, bro. He was, bro. He was, bro. But no, all seriously, he could be a top 15 quarterback. He definitely going to be the starter going into next season. Nico Collins had made some phenomenal throws. Him and Nico Collins are starting to develop a connection. Him and Brandon Cooks already got a connection, so we can say that. Like I said, all he needs is a couple of tools around him. He's going to need the right head coach to help develop his skills, and then he's going to need to keep working with Pep Hamilton. If he can put in the right work this offseason, if he can understand the playbook, then he can really grow. Like I said, you got to give a quarterback 2 years. The sophomore year is the most pivotal year for the quarterback. It's either going to be a boom or it's going to be a bust. If it's a bust, then we get Bryce Young. If it's a boom, then hey, we got Davis Mims, Money Mills, superstar quarterback. We build a team around him, and we're going to be good going into the future. So I think the kid, he finished the season on a good note. He secured the number 3 pick, even though he I'm laughing at Wink. Even though he didn't get the win, I think we do got something to build with Davis Mills. And I'm serious though, for real.
All right, so again, I'm telling y'all, when I said at the end of the stream earlier, I'd seen something. I was going back watching a little something, and I saw something about Davis Mims. See, he hasn't learned how to hone it properly, but Davis Mims has The it factor. See? It only shows in glimpses. And Pierce, I always tell y'all it's the eye test. But look, I'm telling y'all, Davis Mims is going to be that dude before it's all said and done. I'm willing to go double down on this more than my KJ the GOAT bet. Mills got the juice. I'm telling y'all, y'all sleeping on Mills. I'm trying to tell y'all, Mills got the juice, man. Yeah, he just has not learned to harness his powers properly. You know what I'm saying? This is a journey of growth, and we're just gonna continue to watch him grow. That's what we're gonna do. But anyway, I dropped the poll up there. Let me know what y'all think about Mills in the poll. But I do kind of want to talk about Cully because, and I know people, why are you talking more about the Titans? I don't give a fuck about the Titans. Fuck the Titans. Woo woo, rah rah. They got the first seed. It's still fuck the Titans. It ain't never gonna be no love. Again, this was a very conflicting game to decide which way you wanted it to go because it was always on some fuck the Titans. Anything we can do to upset them and make their lives continue to be miserable, we'll take it. But at the same time, that third pick is appealing. But let's talk about Cully because there have been a lot of rumors back and forth. And with the Texans, you just never know because local media tells you one thing, national media says another thing. But you, from observing what you know as a Texans fan, what you've been watching and paying attention to, and we'll start wise on this one. What happens with David Culley when we're talking year 2? Is he a Texans coach? Is he on the street? Is he retired? I mean, where is David Culley? In a couple of weeks, do the Texans fire him? Or do they keep him?
Hopefully he's fired. Hopefully he's collecting a Social Security check because it's time for him to get out of here. He had a pitiful performance as a one-year head coach. He's past his prime. You can't build nothing with him. He didn't build a culture. He was a yes man to Nick Casarios and Jack used to be. He didn't get the respect of his players. He didn't gain the respect in the locker room. So I think it's time for him to go. The only thing I can remember David Culley is chewing gum on the sideline. That's the only thing he's done spectacular this year. If you want to be honest with me, the coaches that did better than him on this roster this year would be Pep Hamilton's and Lovie Smith. Yeah. But anyways, I think that the Texans are going to be looking for a new coach. I think they're going to be moving forward with a new coach, especially since they think they got something with David Mims. So at least they can start building that quarterback and head coach relationship and start building the pieces around them, especially with the draft pieces that we're going to have this year. With the first round pick, the second round pick, we haven't had that in 3 to 4 years. So I definitely think the Texans are going to look forward to bringing in somebody that's going to build a culture, a new identity, and hopefully a winning identity, and not the Patriots song.
Yes. Wink, your thoughts, man. Cully, year 2, is he a Texans coach? Is he out on the street? What do you see the Texans doing with David Culley in the near future?
Absolutely not. His fucking pink slip should have been signed the moment that he entered the Texans locker room. Like the guy, that call of like they were actually the defense was playing good enough at that point to where like it clearly wasn't a fumble. So like the fact that they should have allowed the refs to go ahead and make the challenge on that play. You know what I'm saying? Like then he takes the timeout. He loses this. He loses that. Like it's just like, bro. Like it's like why I said the dude. All he was doing was just over there popping bubblicious. He was bursting massive bubbles on the sideline. It was just like, bro. Like get it together. Like he never really rallied the troops. He seemed like he was a little rah-rah in the beginning. That he had a lot of energy on the sideline. Which was different from Bill O'Brien. But he's right. Wise is very right when he talk about the relationship. The relationships you could probably say got even worse when you think about what they did to Zach Cunningham, who went the fuck off against the Houston Texans.
Naruto.
Deontay Foreman went the fuck off, and it's just like, well, we lose all these guys. We potentially gonna lose more guys in the end. He didn't do himself any favors by going 4-13 this season. I understand, he came into this, regardless of who came in the situation, probably going to be a no-win. But for this man to come in and do what he did and have a blunder like this in the last game, with a minute and 30 seconds left before they ended up getting like that first down before the half closed out, is unforgivable. And at the end of the day, you come from a better tree of coaching than this. So when you get your chance, you don't take it because ineptitude crept in. And ultimately, the lessons just rubbed right off on you. So as it is right now, guy's done. I don't see him getting another chance. And it's unfortunate that he had to come into the season, but he didn't have to take this job. He could have waited another year or so and been in a much better situation. So it's not like he had to take this job. So I ultimately can't feel sorry.
Okay. So on a quick one, if Cully's gone, who are they replacing him with, in your opinion?
I think adding Benamy back to the mix might be a little bit too much at this time. It could be something that they could revisit, but you're hearing the Josh McDaniels talk. Who knows if they feel like Lovey was good enough that they want to elevate him back to a head coach. I like what Byron Leftwich is doing, with the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? So there are a few candidates who are out there that they could come in time. So you could probably narrow it down to about 3 to 5. Know who you want to get, or if you are in the sweepstakes, you do have a top 3 pick, so that is appeasing. You're going to probably be able to get more picks, from the Deshaun Watson move. So who knows?
Okay. Wise man. Your thoughts when you looking at a potential vacancy at the head coaching position for the Texans, who do they replace David Culley with? Who would you like to see them replace him with?
I got 2 guys in mind. Or, well, I got 3 guys in mind. My main one would be D'Amico Ryans, defensive coordinator for the 49ers. I would like to see them bring D'Amico Ryans back. He was a linebacker and a captain for the Texans defense. And I'd like to see him get an opportunity to interview for the head coaching position for the Texans. Um, Another opportunity that I would look at would be Kyle Shanahan if the 49ers plan to move on from him. There's been a lot of rumors with John Lynch that they might be moving on from Kyle Shanahan. So I would possibly look at bringing him in, especially with a guy with Davis Mims. Um, and yeah, actually, let me stop saying Mims. He deserved the Mills now. He didn't upgrade it after today. He's Mills officially. But and then my last guy would be Byron Leftwich. So those 3 guys, I like those 3 guys as head coaching candidates. And hopefully the Texans can bring in one of those guys and not some guy off the streets that we never heard of or that's never been a coordinator like David Culley.
Okay. And yes, to all the Mills fans out there, shout out to all the Millionaires out there. And I see that boy Lowe saying he just became DC. He ain't ready. Shit, what, Rabel only had a year. You see, he's doing relatively decent for himself. You know what I'm saying, at the DC position. Yeah, it would be cool to see somebody like something. I wouldn't say the fans would know because you got that. The Texans fan base is divided into sections. It's the originals, it's the playoffs, and then it's like the Deshaun crowd. But like I say, for those of us who've been riding with the Texans for a long time, I think somebody like D'Amico Ryans would be a welcome hire just to see that old thing back. When you actually enjoyed watching Texas game, when fans seem to be thrilled to actually go to the Texas game. They put gameplay on the field. But again, it is what it is. It's a lot of other things going on. But now, a lot of people saying, hey, maybe it's not all Cully, or Cully doesn't have enough power, or it's not just him, we need to clean house. There's a guy out there named Tim Kelly. What are your thoughts on Tim Kelly's performance in this game, and do you think he's a free agent after this season? Start wise on that one.
Get this guy out of here. This is Bill O'Brien Jr. If you look at this game, it was a sequence in the fourth quarter when we had the opportunity to be aggressive and make a play. We ran the ball 3 times in a row and got stopped. 2 of them was a tackle for a loss. The first down play was a 2 yards tackle for a loss. The second down play was a 1 yard tackle for a loss. And the third down play was like a 4-yard gain. I'm getting tired of seeing that running up the middle. I'm getting tired of seeing bubble screens have bad screens that don't work on third down, third and 19s, third and 15s because they never work. And I want to see I want to see a new offensive coordinator. I think it's time for us to switch it up. I want to see what the Texans can do with a guy like Brandon Cooks. Here's the thing about Brandon Cooks. You tell me a guy that's been on every team, that's been traded to multiple teams, the New Orleans, the Patriots, the Rams, now the Texans, and he has multiple 1,000-yard seasons with every single team, with all of these trash quarterbacks. Well, you got 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks. You got a trash quarterback in Jared Goff, and then Davis Mills upgraded, but Tyrod Taylor is trash. So he did get 1,000 yards. I would be very interested in how a coordinator would be able to implement him, and then Nico Collins going forward, and then also Brevin Jordan.
Yeah.
You do got 3 pieces on the offense that you can build around. So I just it has to be more excitement with the offense. I mean, you got to get more creative. Do you want to run a little bit more play action? Do you want to see more aggressive shots down the field? The one thing I can say about Billy O'Brien is that when he did get Deshaun Watson, he did try to change up his offense a little bit to the run pass option for that one season when he was a rookie and he was taking those deep shots. And I think Davis Mims, we need to give him that opportunity to see if he's going to be the franchise quarterback going forward. So bring in a new offensive coordinator or upgrade a guy like Pep Hamilton to offensive coordinator and see how you can build a ball.
Okay. All right. Your thoughts, Wink? Tim Kelly, man, do you keep him or do you got to move on from him?
Tim Kelly should have been going with Bill O'Brien. You know, so after the season, I understand the reason why they held on to him because in hopes of Deshaun, they thought they had an idea. Nobody had any idea that Deshaun wasn't going to play this year and these allegations were going to surface and you know, the relationship between him and the franchise was going to sour the way that it did. But what I can say, that's the only reason why he was on this job. If Deshaun Watson doesn't have a number 1 offense last year, he's not even on this football team. He already showed and proved what he can do. He didn't really have a scheme that was just scheming guys open. You know, what was really making the defense think. It's predictable. The timing of it, the rhythm of it is easy to adapt to, and you know, I think we've seen his ceiling in the NFL as a play caller. I think when you have a guy like Deshaun Watson, you know, he's able to master because of the past. And I'd say that's probably where we could attribute the success that he has had over the last couple of years to is more so of that. But yeah, he's done as a play caller for the Houston Texans. You can't go another season with Davis Mills, you know, being under his play calling. As running back. You have to get some fresh guys in here. You have to get some guys who are innovative. It's a copycat thing. But the Texans never seem to copycat the things that work. Whether that in the future, we're going to see it. So, you know, he had some flashes of brilliance here and there, but I think he's done.
Shout out to Tighten Up, man. Appreciate the super saucy super chat love. Look at this. So you got the Titans fans showing love. The Texans fans ain't even showing. Ain't that about it? But shout out to Tighten Up, man. Good game today. Y'all took it. And I still hate the Titans, but I appreciate you. So, you know, y'all do what y'all do. Hopefully it's fail in the playoffs. But if y'all win, y'all won. Well, shit, I can't say shit about it. But now, like I said, so what y'all are both saying to me is y'all expect big changes, at least from the coaching side next year. By the time, you know, or soon. Okay. What about on the player side? Because, again, we had some older guys, had some decent games today. You saw a little bit of something in Amendola. We've seen Rex look decent in the last few weeks. Rex has already got the extension. I'm not sure about Amendola's situation. But what would you look to expect to get out of these guys moving forward? Do you think you let go of these guys, or do you try to bring them back another year, maybe help out with some of the younger guys that you got on the roster?
I think for the Amendola situation, he is definitely a decent slot receiver, more experienced, and the fact that he's been in championship roles and been able to produce in those Super Bowls that he's been with in the Patriots. I think that if they sign him, good, but if they don't, I can't really trip. And the only reason why is because he has had some injuries. So, in the games that he has been able to play, he has made some big catches the same way that he did today, and he's been extremely productive when they've got him involved in the game plan. But as far as the other guys, nobody on this roster that is potential that could potentially be leaving is really worth signing. You might as well just go ahead and and just chalk up your losses. I mean, I know a couple of these guys more than likely will be probably signed as depth, but that's really just about it. Just rotating pieces because you have to have the body to fill out your roster.
Okay. Wise man, your thoughts? Some of the older players were good contributors this year. Do you try to keep them around, or do you kind of move on? I know, like say Burkhead, I know is extended, but like a guy like Amendola.
Man, y'all know what I said in the Discord. My boy Amendola, my boy Burkhead, you need him on the roster. We cannot get rid of him. If anybody want to be a hater on Amendola or Burkhead, they can add me on Twitter. They can hit me in the comments, talk shit about Wise. It don't matter. They are good leaders of this team. I definitely think that you're going to have to keep them here, though, because you do got to have a lot of cheap contracts going into next season with the limited cap situation. Right now, we got 35 million cap going into next season. Pending the Deshaun Watson situation, we don't know what's going to happen with Deshaun. That can open up a lot of cap space as well. We don't know if we're going to get rid of Tunsil, keep Tunsil. That can open up a lot of cap space. So I think we're going to see a lot of changes moving forward with the players on this team. Definitely when it comes to Deshaun Watson. Definitely with all the draft picks that we're going to be implemented to this roster going into next season. And then, like we did this season, we're going to have a lot of free agents that's going to have 1-year contracts, 2-year contracts, prove-it deals. We might bring guys back like Desmond King. We might bring guys back like hopefully not Davy Johnson's, but we might bring some guys like that.
Nah,
Praise God that we
we
didn't
should be
bring
done.
no niggas.
This contract up this year, right? Shit.
Yeah,
So,
but it's the Texans, so we might
man,
sign him for another 1 year,
nah, I would lose
$2 or
my
$3 million
shit.
deal. You never know.
I would lose my
But
shit. They can't be that stupid. I mean, come on. Like I know they make some goofy ass move, but you,
I would
the,
prefer to see like a Marlon Mack or somebody, to be honest. But like I said, it's going to be a lot of moves made similar to this offseason. You're gonna have a lot of dead cap if you trade players like Deshaun Watson, if you trade players like Tunsil, if they decide to keep Cooks or move on from them. So I'm gonna be very interested. I'm gonna be very interested to see what Nicky Scissors is gonna be able to do this offseason. This is gonna be the most pivotal offseason for Nicky Scissors. He's gonna have first round pick, second round pick. He's gonna have to make the biggest trade in NFL history with a franchise superstar quarterback. And then he got the Tunsil situation. He got one of the best left tackles in the league. Do you keep him? Do you let him go? A player that doesn't want to be here, you let him walk. You get multiple draft picks for him and start building your culture. So if Nicky Scissors want to make his name known as a Houston Texan, if he want to build a culture, if he want to build his own identity, is going to be pending this offseason, and they're going to have to move forward. So I'll give him this offseason, next season, and then go into the following offseason. And if he don't prove me nothing after 2 seasons, it's a wrap. So, I mean, after 3 seasons totally, but yeah, after another 2 seasons.
man. So we do a thing, and we kind of didn't do it to start off. And we took it to be a fair assessment of each one of these games, and that is the good, the bad, and the ugly. So looking at this game, man, you're good, you're bad, and you're ugly. Start with Wise.
The good was Davis Mills.
Mm.
The bad was David Culley. The ugly was the crowd.
Mm.
It was more Titans fans and Chiefs fans and
Mm.
Texans fans, and it just telling me that the franchise is losing the fan base. So that was the ugly.
Yeah, yeah. That shit was crazy. You did see a lot of Kansas City fans in the stand. That's why, you know. But it is what it is. Wink, good, bad, and the ugly. What did you take away from this game?
The good for me was the second half. So Davis Mims, the defense stepped up. Nico Collins and Amendola. I had them in as good. The bad, David Culley. The ugly was the penalties. Egregious, egregious ass penalties. Like they were like it was some dumbass penalties. When I relook at the play that the interception that really Nico did have, I can kind of I can't blame him for that. But bro, like we had like three penalties before that play. I think around that play, at that point we had like three penalties for like 60 yards.
Yeah.
It was absolute.
Well, to raise your hand.
I got one more ugly moment.
Yes.
Jacob Martin.
Yes.
Jacob Martin.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. He's the reason why we lost the game. Let me not get started on this. This man had the sack. This man had the sack to end the game, and Ryan Tannehill breaks away and completes a 30-yard, 40-yard pass.
Yeah.
And they go and score a touchdown a few plays later.
Yeah. Yeah. That definitely was. Man, for me, the good, bad, what you got to week?
We can't forget fucking Malik Collins either. That dude, a bump. Bro, that dude is such a bump. Bro, he was taken away from so many of Roy Lopez's snaps. I'm like, Lopez was eating the whole game. He was eating the whole game. He was stuffing the run. He was putting Ryan Tannehill in situations where he couldn't either complete passes, he was taking sacks, or it was just, just a loss of down. And it's just like, bro, why couldn't this guy get it together? Those two dudes on defense, hands down, lost. Oh, and Eric Murray. Can't forget him. Can't forget him, bro. He was a bum today too, bro. I gotta put him in there, bro. He's part of the ugly side of the football.
I would agree. That's kind of where I was. Like I said, the good, I'll give it to Davis Mills. Davis Mills had a solid half. First, no, it's not a lie. The first half, Davis Mills was, I don't know what you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I talk about consistency. People say, you ain't seen the growth? He's growing. He's got growth. I want to see consistency. To me, consistency is more important than having these spurts where you have a great game and then you fall off the next game, where you have a solid half and fall off the next half. Usually it's starting off better in the first half and falling off in the second half, but today it kind of reversed. So there's a change. But yeah, that's my thing. Like, and that's what I keep telling people: consistency. If it would have been consistency throughout this game, Texas would have won this game. If he'd have played consistently in the first half like he played in the second half, Texas would have won this game handily. But again, that's why I said that. People get me, you just, I'm not hating on him. The dude has shown several times. Like I said, you go back into the Patriots video where I said, you know what, I got to eat crow on Davis Mills because he actually has made what I didn't think he would ever be capable of making. I thought he was going to be pure dumpster garbage or what Spitz called hot butter garbage. But he's made throws. He's made some plays that make you say, wow, if this guy could do this on a regular, he might do some good for somebody. But again, you get called a hater for anything you do in here. If it ain't 100% praise, people gonna hate on you. The bad, I was gonna go with the Jacob Martin move, but you know what? I'm gonna go with the bad. Is Lonnie celebrating on a goddamn pass interference? Like, I get it. It was kind of a bang bang play and the way everything went down, but you kind of got to be aware of what's going on. This nigga was celebrating for a long time, running down the sideline, doing all this extra shit, and the motherfuckers that threw the flag on the field. They reviewed the shit and all this shit. This nigga still celebrating. So it's just like, come on, man. You gotta be aware of your surroundings just because it makes you look foolish. And then the ugly. You know what? The Titans taking home the number 1 seed on our field makes me feel ugly inside. Makes me feel terrible inside. I feel violated. Like, this is what I said at the beginning of this game. I don't know, and this is the question I'm gonna present to y'all next. It was a real conundrum between, do I hate the Titans so much that I want to see them not get that seed, or do I want that pick, the higher pick, that much? And I guess with the higher pick could have went either way. I probably would have been happier upsetting the Titans, but it is what it is. What you got there, Wink?
I'm gonna say, do you feel like nigga the lady in Alien Covenant nigga when the motherfucker burst out of the stomach? You just feel oogie inside.
Yes. And shout out to Rio, man. Appreciate the super chat love. What about the miss sack? Yes, the timing. Dan, yeah, it's just it was just a bad feeling, bro, because here's my thing. Like right now, it's all shits and giggles. You know, we laugh, we're looking forward to what the Texans can do. But what if Titans get this bye week, Henry gets another week of rest, they come back, Warren, and they make a run. If the Titans go to the Super Bowl, win or loss, with this number one seed, do you feel, and this is super hypothetical, do you feel differently about this game?
Are you posing that to us?
Yeah, I'm posing that to y'all. Chat can answer if they want to. But I'm just,
man, look, that would be 3 teams in the AFC over the last 8 years. And what the fucking what the Titans just went to an AFC championship last year against the Chiefs, did?
Yeah, they just went. Yeah,
2 AFC championship South, bro. The same team, bro. A team that we used to dominate, and now they have turned the tables. And to be able to go to another AFC. Bro, to go to another AFC championship is one thing in itself. But if they even remotely, whether they win a Super Bowl or not, that's just, bro, that just spells a bigger disdain I have for the Houston Texans because they did nothing to stop it. They didn't coach well. The fucking the front office didn't do what they needed to do. The owner didn't need what he needed to do, and the players didn't get it done on the field. So it's just a trickle down effect that, and then it hurts the fan base in a whole nother way. Do you know how long you're gonna hear about that? You're gonna hear about that for a very long time. Even if the Texans somehow find a way to change their fortunes, you're gonna hear about this.
Yeah.
I don't want that, bro. I really don't.
What about you, Wise Man? Do you feel any differently if somehow, like I say, big hypotheticals, but they upset? Who was it they upset last year when nobody thought Titans had a chance? Was it Baltimore? Or was who did they upset? They beat Baltimore. They like smoked Baltimore, if I wasn't mistaken.
They beat Baltimore.
Yeah.
And then they beat
the Bills. They had beat the Patriots and the Baltimore. Yeah.
So I mean, we've seen them do upsetting things. Like, and that bye week is a big deal. While everybody else getting banged up, injuries happen. I know people are discounting it. A lot goes on, and like I said, the Titans are going to get stronger. And you gonna have that 1-2 punch of Deontay Foreman and Derrick Henry. Look, I'm just saying, you know. But your thoughts, Wise Man? If somehow, some way, the Titans end up in a Super Bowl, you know, from taking advantage of that 1 seed, do you feel differently about this game?
This game specifically?
Yeah, this game specifically.
No. It don't matter us. It don't matter at all. You want to know what matters? Davis Mims was a rookie passing leader.
Yes.
For Texans.
Oh, he broke the record, the David Carr record. The GOAT.
He wasn't even part of the whole season, so that matters. I don't care what the Titans do. If the Titans lose in the Super Bowl, it don't matter. They known for losing. They got the Oilers curse. They took the Oilers curse with them. They're not gonna win the Super Bowl. Trust me. They're not gonna win the Super Bowl. They're not gonna be Brady. They're not gonna be Rodgers. They're not gonna be Patty Mahomes. They might be Patty Mahomes. They might. They do got a dominant running game, and Kansas City can't stop the run. But I don't believe in the Titans. The Titans is not going to get it done. It doesn't matter if they lose in the Super Bowl. If they win the Super Bowl, then I will feel some type of way. But if they lose, then I'll be like, oh, yeah, even better. They got all the hype up. This is the best that they can be. And then they lost, and then they're going to fall off for the next couple of years. So I don't really think it matters.
Okay.
They won like the Colts did a couple of years ago with Peyton Manning. That hurts.
Yeah. All right. What you got there, Wayne?
I wanted to add to what Miles was saying. Like, it's gonna be a bad thing because the reason why I'm saying that look at you.
Oh, it's kind of cutting out on. I don't know if so. My end is cutting out a little bit. Let me see.
Yep. We good?
Hold on.
Good.
That sounds good now. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying it dispels and it only furthers what happens when people leave the Texans and the type of success they have. Zach Cunningham, Foreman had great games today. Former Texans who were both drafted in the same year in 2017 and back-to-back rounds. And the fact that they go further on a division rival team and they end up being a AFC championship, let alone a Super Bowl, they have a great chance of winning because they can upset a team like if they see a team like the Packers in the Super Bowl, they can beat the Packers easily. They've already shown their ability to be able to. Rogers. Toughness, they're a tougher team than the Packers, and that's the type of team that they wax in a situation like that. Don't believe me? Go look at the way that they played them boys anytime they got the
Zandarius, Rashawn
It is.
Gary's.
How they gonna stop Big Henry? If Henry goes to the Super Bowl and plays, then how do they stop him?
Alexander's, Rogers, Devontae Adams, AJ Dillon.
I get. And guess what, Matt? And guess what? Matt LaFleur choked.
You had to do it so hard.
And guess what? Matt LaFleur chokes in the playoffs. Does he not? Does he not? Does he not? Matt LaFleur says he be 13-3 and he chokes in the playoffs.
Do the Titans not choke in the playoffs? They was
no. They
in a Super Bowl that choked.
That was 20 years ago. I'm talking about
the same team.
Yeah.
When was the last time we remember the Titans doing anything in the playoffs besides last year?
Man,
the season before that. The season before that. Matter of fact, the season that we faced the Bills in round 1. They beat the hell out of the Patriots. That was Tom Brady last to the Patriots, and they dusted them.
Wow. They won one game. They didn't go
But see, they got the AFC. They went to an AFC championship. And all that time that they've been trash, and all that time that they have been the trash can Titans, and we had what some would call a dominance over the AFC South, at least. You know what I mean? Like, all these teams have gone past us. To me, I think, like I said, I feel like the distance matters almost more than the amount of time. So say you've been to the playoffs 20 times versus a team that only been to the playoffs once but went to the fucking Super Bowl and won that bitch. Like, that one Super Bowl, to me, matters way more than those 20 playoff attempts. You know what I mean? But that's the way I see it. And so with me, the Titans in this shorter amount of time going to the damn AFC championship, just like the Jags. To me, that's more of an accomplishment than getting into the playoffs. If you're fortunate to draw the Bengals, you beat them, or otherwise you knocked out in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Getting embarrassed out of the first round. So I feel like the Titans might have a better resume at this point. What you got there, Why?
Wait a minute. Don't try to twist this question on me. No. You said this game right here specifically impact going into the future.
Correct.
I said, no, not this game. Maybe the whole season, but this game, no. But yeah, we all know that like it's pretty unfortunate that like the Titans, the Colts, even the Jaguars have all went to AFC Championship with mediocre quarterbacks. Blake Bortles then made it. Ryan Tannehill's then made it. And then, I mean, we can't say Peyton Manning is mediocre.
No.
But yeah, he was mediocre in the playoffs, but he was phenomenal in the regular season. So, but he still won a Super Bowl. So credit is due.
Yeah, and that's just the thing, man. It's all wild, but make sure, because I know we're getting close to about that time. We got some other stuff coming up, some special stuff for y'all. So y'all definitely better follow the drip. You better be paying attention. That's all I'm gonna say. If you've been fucking with the sauce, if you've been down with the sauce through the good and the bad, the ups and the downs, we commend you. We definitely appreciate you. We are definitely aware of that. But like I say, in 2022, there's going to be a lot more coming to it, a lot more with it. If you are a Patreon supporter, if you're into Patreon, I'm going to wait. I think we should wait till about tomorrow, after some other things are or taken care of. We're gonna have a little announcement for y'all if you're in there. And then maybe the day after or two, for depending on when, for everybody else. But like I said, if you were to wrap this game up in one sentence, what would that sentence be?
Not good enough.
Not good enough. Okay. Wise man, what you got?
Derek Stingley Jr.'s or Kyle Hamilton's or Sauce Nuts.
All right. And for me, it would probably be maybe next year. Because it was a wrap to this, and it's a very unfortunate way it went down, but hey, it is what it is. But again, like I said, man, don't worry, because we do got some plans. Like I say, sometimes sauce gets a little dried up after the seasons be over. But don't worry, don't unclick the notification bell, because there's gonna be a lot more content coming through on the channel. Also, we were thinking about doing some things on the Twitter sphere, so make sure you're following on the Twitter, Sauce Sports HTX, Instagram, all that stuff. We definitely gonna be using some of that stuff with some of these other games and things come up. Definitely playoff conversations and all that. Gentlemen, anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
It's about to get real drippy around here. Don't be surprised what y'all see us next. Say it.
Wise man.
Davis dripping Mills. Watch, they steal that one too. But anyways, hit the like button, hit the subscription button, subscribe to the Patreon while it's cheap. Make sure y'all get in the Discord. We're always having a phenomenal conversation. Like I said, we're always talking about the free agency, Senior Bowl coming up in 4 weeks, Combine coming up in 7 weeks. It's going to be real interesting coming up these next few weeks, and you want to be a part of the conversation, so be in tune. Hit the notification bell, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the comments, and follow Sauce Sports on Twitter. You want to be paying attention to what's going on.
Absolutely. Man, well, with that being said, with those issues being addressed, all I can tell you guys is y'all stay saucy. We appreciate each and every one of y'all, except for Professor Trio. I hope, you get caught in a traffic jam and you're 15 minutes over your driving time. So anyway, with that being said, salute to all y'all out there. I'm telling you, stay tuned, man. Get in on the Patreon while you can before things change up. It's about to be all the way live. That's all we're going to say. Patreon.com/Sauce Sports. Chuck to produce. If you are on the Patreon, we'll catch y'all in there. In the Discord, we'll catch y'all over there a little bit later. Definitely chop it up about some things. But with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, y'all stay saucy. We out, Jack. We